Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel Twist&Turn. You're still with your boy Neville. If it's your first time joining me, thank you very much. Salute my hand to head. And if you are a regular on this channel, feel free. Sit back, relax and enjoy the ride. Okay, first things first, on this video, what I want us to talk about is the trial that had been going on the Meyiwa case, right? If you remember very well, not long ago, there was a witness that was on the stand. And whenever Advocate Mngomezulu was asking him questions on that witness, there was no accountability. The only thing that was happening, the witness was always saying, I don't know, I was not there, or she was referring to Brigadier Kininda who's capable of answering those answers. But then if you look at it, it kind of makes sense what to Advocate Mngomezulu ended up saying, that they were cooking up the case. And if you can look at how this thing is going on, you'll realize that whenever, in fact, all the people that were in the house, if I'm not wrong, you'll find that maybe they are on the list of witnesses for the state, and the defense, when they need those people to question them, they are not available. And another thing, what is this that the judge and Ubaloyi are doing? Because each time, whenever Advocate Mngomezulu is coming up with something, there's a lot of objections that are coming up. And each time, whenever he's trying to present something, he is swayed away from his line of questioning because there was an evidence that was put on record. What. That thing, man, on its own, it paints a negative picture on Advocate Mngomezulu, as well on Advocate Baloyi and the state as well. Because if you can look at this trial very well, there is no fairness there. There is no fairness. Everything is just go and take. So now, I was kind of watching that cross-examination Enzo Advocate Baloyi on that witness that was on the list, on the stand, on the 22nd. And I think nangi 22, yes. On the 22, the witness was on the stand. And for the way ngibone ngakhona this proceeding, it seems as if ayikho a question I answerile that Sergeant Mohola. And another thing, every time he would refer izinto to Brigadier Kininda, and also that on its own, if Brigadier Kininda was in charge at the time, or maybe even now, of those investigators who were investigating the case of Meyiwa all this while, I don't get it, Uguti. How would they do that investigation and then not brief others who are on the very same mission? Because if you are a team of investigators, clearly you are a team. That means at some point, someone or all of you are gonna come in one place and brief each other on your tasks that you were given at any given time. But Lana, it seems as if they were done like separately. You go and you do this task, you come back, you bring that information, and then someone goes and does that. They come and then they bring that information. Brigadier Kininda, then he's the one now who decides, okay, this one goes in, this one goes out. No, man, doesn't. That is why at some point I heard advocate Mngomezulu saying that they were cooking the case. They were cooking the case, meaning that the investigators, and I believe even Brigadier Gininda, he does fall into that bracket of those who were cooking up the case. I don't know what's your take on it, but I've listened to it. I've been listening to this cross-examination that was done by Mngomezulu. Also, there was another time la Advocate Mshololo naye was bringing up more questions, and man, it seems as if Lana, they are trying by all means to sabotage this case, and they are trying by all means to make things difficult for the defense. Ukuthi ngakhona ukwenza ispan sabo sharp. Why ngisho kanje? There was a time la advocate Mshololo needed an affidavit. I can't remember whether it was for Mr. Hose or Holstein, but she needed an affidavit. And advocate Baloyi, the way izinto bezihamba ngakhona, when I look at it, it seems as if he's the one who is in possession of everything that the defense needs, but is not giving it to them when they need whatever they need. That's how I see it. What it defends, they need something, and advocate Baloyi would come and say this and say that, and man, that doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. That's why, if you can take a look on the trial that was running like yesterday, May 23, yes, there was a moment now Advocate Mshololo was angry, but and you could see ukuthi she's angry because it seems as if Advocate Baloyi lenta ikhulumayo in terms of ama affidavit ukuthi basupplyile ndakabasupplyanga. It seems as if he is lying on purpose and is making up stories so that the defense would come up as if they don't know what they are doing. Because at some point, Advocate Mshololo, I heard her say, if you say you have given it to me, or if you are in possession of that affidavit, then you can beam it on the screen. I was pissed at that moment. But, well, what can we say? There are people who are running the show. Tina, we are just spectators. But all in all, on this case, Senzo Meyiwa, I don't see a solution anytime soon. There's a long way in terms of this case, Senzo Meyiwa. And it's a very terrible thing because there are families that are involved who are still looking for a justice for the death of Meyiwa. But now we see things going as if now the whole thing is a circus. And the ringleader, we still yet to find out who's the ringleader of the circus. But then, all in all, yes, there is something that is going on there. As I was saying, this case, Senzo Meyiwa, is still going to be a very, very, very long way off for us to get a solution and for us to finally find a solution here. And it seems as if, for me, the state is deliberately protecting the people who are in the house, and they are needed to come and account, to come and answer some of the questions that the defense might have for them. But then, what can we say? There are people who are becoming a stumbling block on purpose just for this trial ukuthi engayi la ekumele iye khona. And there was also another issue of warrants of arrest that were issued, but they were not commissioned. And it's not the first time sees or this thing. There was a time la kwakusese khona Advocate Tifo, and Also, there was another time where I heard Advocate Mshololo, there's a clip I once heard where Advocate Mshololo said that the DPP has decided to charge the people who were in the house on the day uMeyiwa ashona ngayo. Waphelela logo, we don't know. So I don't know what's your take on it. I don't know what are your thoughts on what is happening currently in this trial, but I so wish ukuthi ngathi izinto zingashesha kancane, you know, because this trial has been running on for like forever. It's been running for like forever, and we are still waiting for the same thing we've been waiting for since the beginning. So if you've been watching this video up until this far, thank you very much. I salute you for that. And I hope you didn't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. Until the next video, from my heart to yours, salute. Peace. Take care.
Maybe if I can just clarify on my case, the 205 records that I'm requesting, I'm not requesting from this witness house, I'm requesting it from the respective service providers. The normal section 205 records, the state is aware of that, not from the witness, my lord.
Mr. Baloyi, do you hear that?
Well, the service provider provides it to the police, so that information has been provided to the police as he can provide that information, but we have taken note of what Advocate Mshololo says.
Do you hear the response, ma'am?
Yes.
As requested. And my lord, also to add on what the state has submitted regarding my request, the numbers that were alleged to have been linked with my client, it was Colonel Stein who testified about them last year, my lord.
Yeah, but the point is you didn't cross-examine Colonel Stein then. It's unfair. As you know, wait, it's unfair. Colonel Stein, when did he testify? Which month last year?
I think about
August last year.
Yeah. No, we must be fair. Fairness cuts both ways. Colonel Stein came here, testified. He was taken through cross-examination. Now we need additional information from Colonel Stein, and Colonel Stein has retired.
My lord, I did put that question to Colonel Stein.
Yeah, fine, and then he responded to you.
I have not been supplied since Colonel Stein finished testifying. Since then, my lord.
Okay, so you take 8 months. Because if you put it to Colonel Stein in August, you go to Baloyi in September, you say, hey, where is the information I requested from Stein? October, where is the information? November, hey, where's the information? December, January, February, March.
Yes, I've been waiting, my lord.
That's how council acts.
I've been waiting, my lord.
But you never did that.
I've been waiting for 8 months. I've waited.
Sir, they say 8 months, you haven't provided the information they requested you to provide to them.
Well, we indicated, my lord, that we did provide the information on a disc in October of last year, but they've since indicated that they cannot decipher that information, and there is an exercise that Colonel Hoss will be going through to try and isolate those numbers and then give the information to them.
And the other aspect, as I understand the law, the state requested through section 205 certain information or numbers from the service provider.
Yes.
You've got that.
Yes.
Now Mr. Mshololo says he wants to subpoena the service provider. Am I quoting you correct, ma'am? To provide the numbers, whichever numbers. You want them from the service provider, not from the state. Did I hear you correctly?
No, my lord, I think we're not on the same
No,
page.
I listen. You want us to play this thing like Mr. Nisi said we must play it. You said you want the 205 numbers from the service provider. I'm listening. Didn't you say that?
My lord, I said that.
Yes.
If the
So
state...
wait. So if you said that, it's unfair to say to the state, it must provide that information because you want it from the service provider, and the state, in respect of their case, which they are trying to prove, they have got the 205 application documents which were supplied to them by the service provider. Now, you need additional, is that what you're saying?
It's not an additional, my lord. My lord, if the state says, I have been provided with section 205, let that 205 be beamed here. Let this court see that section 205, let's proceed with the witness.
Okay, fine. So
I can proceed with
fine, no
cross-examination.
problem. So you don't require additional evidence from the service providers?
It's not additional. It's the original. I haven't received any section 205. And if the state says...
We're talking at cross deposits.
If the state says I'm in possession, then it means we can proceed. The state can beam that section 205 there. Today, now, if they are saying I am in possession of...
Okay, so now let me put this. If you want additional information from the service provider, you are free to do it. There's no problem.
No, my lord, I don't want additional. I have not received any records.
Okay. Mr. Baloyi.
As a court, please, I think for the way forward, my lord, as we suggested, the matter can, as far as Colonel Horse is concerned, can stand down until Monday. Today, he will provide the data that was requested for the 2 numbers, and for the other 6 numbers or so for the client of Advocate Mshololo. He'll make his best endeavors to provide that information by Friday.
Okay, fine.
And we can then take it from there.
Yes, your comments. Okay, I'll come to you, Mr. Mchololo. Your comments, Mr. Mgomezu.
No submission.
No submission. Yes, Mr. Miyeki.
No submission.
Umalo.
My lord, in addition to my request in respect of the 2 numbers, I also request that I provided with the affidavit of the investigation officer requesting the records in terms of Section 205 of the Criminal Procedure Act. Secondly, I also...
Wait. Let's take it slow. Do you have the affidavits, as he says?
That's a normal process, my lord. We can provide that information.
You didn't provide them?
Well, it should have formed part of the information that was, given to them.
Okay, affidavits from the service providers. Is it one service provider, Vodacom, or even?
Yeah, it's
only Vodacom.
It's Vodacom.
Okay, yeah, and what, Mr. Mumal?
So is that affidavit by the investigation officer, that is number 1. I also request...
Who's the investigation officer now?
It's Gininda.
Gininda?
Yeah, name of Gininda.
Who has those records? Is it Gininda or the service provider?
In fact, part of that information is already on record. You will recall that when Mushwana testified, he mentioned that Colonel Boonstra requested the Section 205s, the very same day. The defense is sitting with that